Are you burnout? Would you like to have a beautiful life instead of a burnout life? I am Casey Ann Reynolds, a certified personal trainer in the Nashville area working on my health coach certification. And 18 months ago, I was so burnt out. I wasn't sleeping. I had these huge eye bags underneath my eyes. My blood pressure was to the point of having a stroke. I had to make a change. I had to quit. I actually retired early from my 9-to-5 salaried job that we're all supposed to have and start part-time work. In this video, I'm going to give you the 8 reasons that it ended up turning a burnout life to a beautiful life. And if you're in that situation, you absolutely need to watch this video. It's going to change your life and also just kind of give you ideas to change your mindset. But if you are interested in these topics and you're over the age of 50, I will be 59 this year. Thank you, Super Bowl, for always reminding me of that. I was a salaried employee, but we know that's a bill of goods that we have been sold. And so I did work a part-time job in hospitality while I was still teaching, just to make sure that, hey, before I jump ship, make sure that this is okay. And I kind of loved it. So if you are reluctant and if you are in that situation, because right now there's just a huge amount of layoffs, and if you are over 55, sadly enough, because of age discrimination, it's very unlikely you will find another job. So you could just be caught up in a reduction in force or just a normal layoff, or you could just be having some health issues and you had to take some time off of work, or you could have already taken kind of early retirement from a career, or you're considering it. If you're in any of those categories, there is a demographic switch. Gen X, we are a very small generation, sandwiched by baby boomers, the biggest generation ever. Millennials are another huge generation. So our generation will be redefining retirement, and we'll be doing semi-retirement. And I think all of us, probably a good 90% of us, will be doing this part-time work. Okay, so reason number 1, the best reason: no emails. I was a teacher, and I'm sure in the corporate world, I can imagine it's even worse. I had to literally be on call 24/7, even during our supposed summer breaks. It wasn't a break. We were always on call. You just could, I would dread opening that email, because it wasn't just like one email. It was like my teacher website, and it was some group chats and all these different apps that have come about that basically made us into robot slaves. Yes, they've made us into slaves, where we're on call, like a customer service line 24/7. I've had parents emailing me at 10 o'clock at night, hey, what's the homework for tomorrow? And if you don't respond, they'll complain to the principal. Being on call 24/7 is exhausting. I don't miss it one bit. Number 2, the hamster wheel. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I was in a caring profession, and I'm sure caring professions, or any corporate job, we all feel that we just get on a hamster wheel. The job never gets done, ever. Okay, you never have a sense of accomplishment, hey, the day is done, the job is done, let's move on. No, it's just the second one thing, even if you were to accomplish something, because usually about 10 or 20 things are getting thrown at you at the same time, like a hamster wheel, you never get a sense of accomplishment. In a part-time job, I have no emails. I even quit the group chat. I was like, no, too toxic. I do a good job. Everything's cleaned up. I leave the night. I work nights now, and it looks good for the morning. There's no complaints. All the guests are happy. My job is done. And it's kind of always a little bit satisfying, because if I do take a few days off, it seems like things got a little bit sideways. I'm like, okay, they need me, but my job is done. I love that feeling. I've jumped off the hamster wheel. I actually can accomplish a job during the 8 hours that I work, go home and feel freaking good about it. You know, have you ever been to a dog park and someone's old senior dog walks on up to the dog park and he's like limping, I can barely walk, right? We've all seen that. And the owner releases him to the dog park and there's a bunch of puppies playing around the dog park. And all of a sudden, senior dog is like running around like a puppy. We've all seen that. It's a very common phenomenon. So like, it has literally, I am going to be again 59 this year. My coworkers can never believe that, but it's given me that puppy little attitude. So I get to be a puppy again, like hanging out with them, diverse, work with a lot of people from a lot of different countries, Jamaica, Bali, from a sprinkling of the world, all ethnicities. It's just great. I love having a diverse work environment. And, just listening to them talk and laugh. There's just a lot more fun than when I was a teacher. And it was just like, everyone's standing in the hall griping about the students. It's like every teacher, even the young ones, even the little 23-year-olds, or it's kind of the opposite dog park, they all became like old grumpy Karens within like 1 year. I'm like, you're 24. You look and act like a Karen, and everyone's just griping about the students and everyone's miserable. And number 4, and this is actually on my 8 healthy habits for a changed life. You need to watch that video. So having a physically engaging job. So this will actually increase your life. Yeah, it's going to increase your life expectancy by 30% and also your health and your brain health. So we know that as women, we face a dementia risk of 50%, which is really huge. But if you're in a physically demanding job that uses your brain, you're going to reduce that by 45%. So instead of 50% chance of getting dementia, you're down to 10%. I have noticed a huge change. I used to suffer from horrible brain fog. Sometimes I couldn't even remember my phone number, or I couldn't remember my PIN. It was like silly little things, get really embarrassed, the copy number at work. Now all of a sudden I've got people's room numbers memorized for a week. People are like, how do you memorize all that sort of stuff? There's just more blood going to my brain because I work at a physically engaging job. And I think that's really important as we age, to be physically engaged. It's going to change your life. When I was a teacher, I did 8 hours of paperwork because I was a special ed teacher. And I was I felt it was like the vulture. I felt like a vulture hunched over a desk. My eyes get all blurry. My blood pressure would be going up because there's all these people and lawsuits, and it was so stressful. It was just not a good, honey, I don't work if I don't get paid. No dinero, you do not see me. What a change. I do feel like, particularly Gen X, we are really that first salary generation. In the past, salaried employees were truly managerial employees who were moving up the corporate ladder, right, and making a huge income by the time they retired. But I do feel like companies are like, hey, we've got a good little system here, friends. We can make everybody salaried and make them work an extra 20, 30 hours a week for no pay. Yeah. I know it took me till the age of 57 to figure that one out. But friends, if you are in the corporate world, yes, if you move into the very upper echelons of upper management, you are certainly getting paid by the hour extremely well. But we're talking your typical, just either mid-level accountants, nurses, teachers, anybody in the caring profession, or just anybody in that corporation that's just kind of mid-level employees. If you're salaried, you're expected to be on call 24/7. And you're expected to work at least, I know as a teacher for me, it was 20 extra hours a week for zero. Yeah, teachers do not get paid in the summer. That's one of the biggest myths ever. I hate that. They take your 10-month salary and they spread it out because teachers were having difficulty budgeting. So you have a choice. To take your 10-month salary and to spread it out over 12 months. You don't get paid when you don't work. But you are expected during the week to work 20 extra hours. So they pay you for 7.5 hours a day, and you're expected to at least work an extra 20 hours a week, or they will write you up, give you a non-rehire, and you will never be employed anywhere in that large metropolitan district. Yeah, it's kind of not a good system. And hourly employees do not struggle with that. I particularly think tipped employees, you do have, or commissioned employees, or particularly, hey, start your own business. You definitely are going to want to watch my video on the 10 best part-time jobs and how to start your own business, because that's going to be the best way to make money. So show me the money. Absolutely. I don't work if I don't get paid. If I don't like this job, I can cut back my hours. I had some bills, we all have some bills. I was paying off my son's used car, that happens, right? And so I picked up extra hours, and then we're a little short staffed. So I was able to help my amazing company that I work for while also helping me freedom. But in the opposite, I intend to cut back. And eventually I just really want to work about 3 days a week and get that health insurance. So I do feel it's really important. All the large part-time employees do offer health insurance at 30 hours after usually 3 months. My corporation was actually 1 month. So that freedom to go travel, that freedom if you need to cut your hours back for a short period of time, or if you want to take on extra hours because you have some bills to pay. Yeah, freedom. You cannot beat freedom. We did not have that as salaried employees. I literally have gone to work deathly ill with, I think I had the swine flu and a kidney infection at the same time once, and I had to go into work to teach because, we can't get substitutes. We don't care how sick you are, just come in to teach. And so I do November 7th. I am going to be making some upcoming videos about saving money and downsizing. So I need to desperately downsize the closet. Oh, this girl needs to do a closet clean out. Yeah, but just being able to throw a uniform on, even I love your uniform if you don't. I think for me, psychologically, that was probably the hardest thing, because it's just like a social status thing, and I had to let go of that. So it's just like I needed to be a butterfly and stop being a caterpillar and stop worrying about it. It's who cares? If those friends are that so concerned that I now wear a uniform, then those friends can just go bye-bye, right? So, but wearing a uniform is very freeing. I just literally, yes, I do have to buy good work shoes. That's my only expense. I don't have any expenses associated with my classroom. I don't have any baby showers I have to contribute to. The constant this, that, and the other thing, and having to look nice for all 4 seasons and be professional. Honey, that adds up fast. I'm saving an amazing amount of money. I do have a closet full of clothes and coats and shoes and purses that I need to purge and find some way of making a little bit of money out of that. And that's my only struggle bus right now. But going forward, I just wear my uniform. I have my little things I wear on YouTube, and then my little going out outfit. I always have the best for last is change lives. We are the Generation X. We MacGyver everything. We are the people that have a lot of ability to get things done. We have a lot of resilience, right? And that younger generation really needs that lesson. And you will find that at first there could be a little pushback. There's always going to be. But after a while, they're just like thinking of you as the work mom, right? And they need that. They need that encouragement. You are changing their lives. And oftentimes even a guest. I've had guests come in just like kind of sad. Maybe something sad has happened to them. I mean, yeah, right. It has happened. And you just cheer them up, even if it's just for that little minute. And that feels very powerful because it's a small change that you're putting out into the universe. It's like the flap of a butterfly wings can cause a hurricane in the other side of the world, right? So you are making small changes in people's lives. And that's what's so important. And so I feel that just kind of the world is changing. This is something we're just going to have to embrace, these multiple income streams, working part-time, then maybe fully retiring at like 70, 75, and probably to another country. I'm thinking New Zealand looks really good to me right now. So anyhow, friends, if you are loving this video, please put some comments below if you are working a part-time job, what you think, what you love, what you hate about it. And I do wish you peace, love, and joy.